What's going on, everybody? Jeremiah here from Babbling in My Backyard, a pond and garden channel packed full of informative and how-to videos for you. In this video, I'm finally getting to the cleaning of these filters. So if you've watched the filters, if you've subscribed because of these filters, this is the video to show you how to clean these things out properly. It's very, very easy. That's the reason these filters are so great, is just because of the ease of cleaning them. I will have the barrel filter build links down in the description below, so if you've not watched those and you're interested in building them after seeing how easy they are to clean, go ahead and check that out. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out a lot, and we appreciate all of you fans. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first thing that I had to do was shut off the pump down here. So I unplugged it, and then I shut this ball valve off so that the water doesn't drain from the filter back into this water here. Okay, over here I've got this all connected up. The ball valve is open, so that one's draining over there, and it's draining out to my flower bed out in the garden out here. So I'm basically going to water these bushes here, as well as all of my flowers and some of my Japanese maples and any of the other flower bushes and such. All of that's going to get watered with my clean out today. I'll even water some in the yard here. Okay, so for the next part, I'm going to use the water that's in here to rinse out the barrel. Before we get to doing that, real quick, I'm gonna go through how these are working if you haven't seen the videos before, and just basically talk about how the reverse works then, and why these are so easy to clean out. So we'll jump to that, and then we'll come back and see us cleaning these out. So as the water comes in, the volume increases, causing the water to slow down. The increase in volume again causes the water to slow down again, and the heavier particulates fall to the bottom. Any of your smaller particulates will try to work their way up through the different layers of gravel. As the rocks get smaller, the smaller particulates get caught up in those rocks. When cleaning, there's a drain line at the lowest point possible. So now when you open a valve on this drain line down here, the water starts to drain out of the barrel. And a lot of that particulate will try to come down with the water. Not all of it does, however, so I'll use running water from a hose through the top and trickle water through the rock media, taking the debris that's caught up in the gravel and flushing it down to the bottom of the barrel. Okay, this thing's nice and drained out. It's really gross up here. For the amount of fish that I had in here for so long, I probably should have cleaned this out sooner. This is about 6 months worth of running. So I've got the pump down in there now, and I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in. So now I'm running here, and you can see how I'm rinsing all of that crud down. Now, as you can imagine, this is just packed full of fertilizer for these plants. See how dark color that is? So that's just high nutrients for everything that I've got out here. The next thing we got to do, because I finished that one off, that one's been rinsed 3 times now. This one is ready to go. Water is still standing in here. I can shut the valve off for this one now. Pull this out, swap it to here, and now if I open this valve, it'll start draining out to the yard again. Alright, just like before, I'm going to go ahead and pump out of the pond and wash down. While that one's draining, I'm gonna go ahead and work on getting some of these plants out of here. I got a lot of overgrown plants, and most of this is roots by this point. Now this water hyacinth is excellent for your pond filtration, and I have a lot of it in the pond already, so I don't need to add any more. And it'll just grow like crazy in the pond all summer. But also, it is awesome for your compost. These roots are packed full of nutrients that turn into fantastic soil later on. And they're a large biomass, so they're going to compost well. Okay, I did just kick on the main pump, so I'm filling this barrel back up. You can see the water line in there as the water's pumping in. It's pretty normal that some of the sediments that I've stirred up will still make its way to the top, so don't like freak out or anything. A little bit's going to pass through, but then it's going to filter itself back out again. So it's a little bit cloudy, as you can see, but that's okay. So we're going to drain that into this one here. And I still have this connected over here. It's still draining from this one. I just wanted to get some of the debris off of this one filtered out. You can see this one's filling now, and before it gets too far there, I'll kick it off again and let that drain out. There we go, now that's draining back out again into the yard. Okay, that double barrel filter system is completely rinsed out. I've rinsed both sides, so we're good there. But now we're ready to move to the single barrel on the IBC tote over here, feeding this upper pool that has all of the plant life in it, and then going down to the IBC tote. I've got some smaller fish in there, like 10 inches now, the baby fish, the baby koi. They're getting quite large quickly, but they're eating a ton, and I'm feeding them a lot, so it makes sense that this is pretty gross. Also, I've never cleaned this, not once since I've put it in here, so 6 months of heavy feeding. I've got my drain line switched over, and I've got the ball valve opening now, so should start seeing this drain down. I've already, with all the other ones, I've already watered all of my plants back here, all of my flowers. So I've been watering the yard, just kind of taking it in 3 steps, 3 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps, flooding spots, and then moving to another spot. I'm gonna go ahead and kick the filtration back on for this one, which is gonna make it loud in here. But while I'm cleaning the other one, I might as well have this one start filtering. So I'm opening this valve, and then I gotta get this thing plugged in. All right, so now, again, that one is filling up, draining into here. This one's filling pretty rapidly. It's gonna be kind of gross looking. All this sediment that's in here will go into the pond, but it'll also filter back out pretty quickly, so it's never a concern when you see that. It's just going to take care of itself. This one over here should be finished now. The water is running in the IBC tote now, so I have the pump that I had previously in the other pond in the IBC tote. This is a closed loop for this over here. The other 2 barrels are closed loop for the pond over on that side. This is easy. It does take a little bit of time to clean it, but I don't have to pull anything out. I just have to rinse it down, let it drain, rinse it down, let it drain. Let's go take a look at that water. It's definitely a different color now. So that is a very good fertilizer for this lawn. Okay, I am going to go ahead and kick the pump back on for this. I've rinsed it several times now. So if I get this pump plugged in, I'm just going to agitate and then unplug it again. I just want to get everything stirred up down there in the bottom without overfilling it. Probably about good right there. So now, kind of clean that out. Yeah, it's good. Let that drain again, and then I will be ready to kick it back on. Where I'm at in Oregon, we don't have to worry so much about the chlorine in the water. So I could have been rinsing these with just the hose water. The reason that I didn't want to do that is because there's so many people who have chlorine issues with their water. So this is a better way for you to do this, using the pond water to clean that out, and then just topping off your pond once you've actually finished cleaning the filter. That way you're not mixing a bunch of chlorinated water and killing all the bacteria that's on the gravel on these filters. I honestly thought we would see more sediment than that even, but that's pretty good. Thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And don't forget, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon so you don't miss anything. We always have cool stuff coming on the channel. We are very much looking forward to some travel and doing some collaboration videos with some other farms. So subscribe and don't miss those because they are going to be awesome. While you're waiting for the other videos, go ahead and check out some of these other ones or the ones in the description below. And we'll see you in one of these other videos.